Hi guys, so ayun, I am Sir Fercie and this is Study Chunks with Sir Fercie. We're now going to resume with our discussion about radio broadcasting. Ayan, so sana nakapagpahinga kayo before nyo i-play itong video na ito kasi medyo mahaba po yung pinag-usapan natin noong first video natin. And for this video po, I will try my best na maibigay lahat ng mga important points para mabilis agad kayong makapagpahinga. Ayan, kasi hindi po healthy sa ating mga mata ang matagal na nakatutok sa screen. Ayan, so kino-consider po natin yun. Kaya nga tayo may study chunks. Sana parang hindi ko na siya na-achieve kasi medyo humahaba na yung ating mga discussion. So yun, pagpatuloy na po natin ang ating discussion. Ayan, nagagalit na rin yung pusa dito. Ayan, about radio broadcasting. So natapos na tayo about the different terms and the definition about the different elements of radio broadcasting. Proceed na tayo doon sa mismong paggawa, doon sa mismong preparation sa ating mga radio broadcast. Okay, so we now proceed sa ating script writing. So sabi doon kanina, 'di ba, isa sa mga main task of radio broadcasting aside from news gathering, is script writing. Of course, sa script mo dapat nandiyan na yung mga news na ginather mo or pinrepare mo. Now, okay, writing for radio, okay, broadcast or writing for radio broadcast requires a number of changes from the way we write for the print media. Number one na tatandaan natin, magkaiba po ang pagsulat sa dyaryo at pagsulat sa radyo. Iba po ang balita, iba po yung pagkakasulat ng balita dapat sa dyaryo, sa pagkakasulat mo ng balita sa iyong script for radio. People have only one chance. This is the reality with radio. People, your audiences, they only have one chance to hear what you say. Only one chance. Kapag lumipas na yung sinabi mo, wala na yung replay. Isang beses mo lang yung masasabi sa kanila at isang beses lang nila maririnig yan. This means you must structure your news to accommodate the ear. Okay? Not the eyes. As you know, with print media, you can go back and reread something. Pwede mong balikan kapag meron kang hindi na-gets with newspapers, with magazines, with print media. That's number one difference. Okay? Kaya magkaiba dapat talaga yung atake ng mga balita mo. Kung sa newspaper, pwede mong i-provide lahat ng details, complete details ng balitang iyon. Pati mga date, mga pangalan, mga address. With radio broadcast po, papipiliin mo kung ano yung mga pinaka-importante na balita, na information doon sa balita na yun. That's number one difference. Magkaiba po ng structure yung news sa broadcast pati sa newspaper. Another difference, your broadcast should be conversational, and written in a way that the reporter seems just to be talking sa kanyang audience on an individual level. Okay? So iba-iba po tayo ng iba-iba po ng literacy level ang ating mga audiences. Okay? So tayo, isang challenge sa ating mga journalists, kayo mga student journalists, do yung language na gagamitin nyo na ma-reach out lahat ng level of literacy mula sa mga baby boomers hanggang sa mga Generation Z audiences natin. Okay? So, kailangan ma-reach nito lahat ng types of audiences natin. At pinaka-safe na gagawin mo dyan, na option mo dyan, is to use a conversational language. Paano yun? Yung parang nakikipag-usap ka lang casually. Okay? Yung mga terms na ginagamit mo is yung pang-casual conversation. Okay? Hindi naman yung mga balbal, di ba? Yung for casual conversation. Okay? Casual lang. Conversational lang. Okay? So, the best way to do this is with short sentences as well. Okay? Short sentences lang. Keep your subject and verb close together. Use the active voice and avoid extra clauses and phrases. Ina-avoid natin talaga mag-overtime. Ina-avoid natin na lalo silang malito sa sobrang dami ng information na binigay mo. Kaya as much as possible, make it short. Make it straight to the point. Make it structure it using the active voice. Okay? Fercie walks for police arrests, 'di ba? Police arrest a criminal, parang ganyan. Or the government implements this law. Government asks the people of the Philippines to participate, ganyan. Okay, so ganun na, dapat straight to the point na. Broadcasters want stories that provide information in a simple, straightforward manner. Kaya dito papasok yung ating 4 C's of radio broadcasting. Correctness, clarity, conciseness, and color. Correctness means accuracy, no? 100% factual dapat lahat yan. Wala kang ilalagay na hindi tama, na fake na information dyan. Kailangan lahat yan ay grounded with ayan ay nanggaling sa mga reliable sources, no? At yan talaga ay may mga evidences. Number 2, clarity. Clarity means being easily understood. Dito papasok yung pagiging conversational. Okay, hindi kang gagamit ng mga highly technical terms, mga jargons na hindi magagets ng mga audiences mo. Okay, inuulit ko po, ang target audience natin dito is yung lahat. Okay, wala tayong i-left out. Okay, walang audience na maiiwanan. That's why yung language na gagamitin natin is malinaw. Okay, yung madaling maintindihan. Alright? So, conciseness means brevity or shortness or time. Dito na papasok yung pagiging straight to the point. Okay, sa pagiging concise mo. Okay, use the fewest words possible, no, in your news. Kung kaya mo siyang i-compress, no, yung isang 12 word sentence mo, kaya mo pa siyang i-compress into 8, then so do it. No, kung kayong 8, kaya mo pa siyang i-compress into 6, do it. Kung kaya mo i-compress yung 6 into 2 words lang, no, do it. No, as long as walang naiiwan na information, andun pa din yung pinaka-message niya, then maganda yon. Be concise po, no? Kailangan nandun yung brevity, kailangan na maximize mo yung time mo. Okay? Kailangan natipid mo yung time mo. And number 4, no, yung 4C natin is color. Kailangan interesting din, no? Yung mga balita mo, yung kukuhanin mong scoops of news ay talagang may element of oddity, no? Yung talagang mahuhook yung mga audiences mo. Alright? So the way you present your news, the way you construct your headlines, diyan papasok yung color natin, 'di ba? Paano magiging interesado yung mga audiences mo? Then choose the right words, 'di ba? Kasi ito ay about listening eh. So words at words lang din yung magiging basis ng mga audiences mo para ma-visualize nila yung binabalita mo. So mahalaga dito yung color. No, I'm not speaking literally doon sa kulay, no? Red, blue, yellow, hindi. No? It refers to the way you present, no, yung intonation, yung voice mo, and your choice of words. Okay, your choice of language as well. So, that's the 4C of script writing in radio broadcasting. Kailangan present yung 4 na iyan, no? Now, a good broadcast news story is built on the concept of dramatic unity. Pag-usapan naman natin specifically yung mga news na binabalita natin sa isang radio broadcast. Meron tong pattern or meron tong structure that it has 3 parts, no? Even if it is a short story lang, no? Pinag-usapan natin dito, kailangan concise, may brevity, straight to the point. Okay? Pero kahit na ganun siya, meron pa rin itong structure na pina-follow. And that is the dramatic unity, which has 3 parts: the climax, the cause, and effect. Okay, the climax po gives the listener the point of the story. Okay, ito naman yung naging similar niya sa newspaper news stories, no, sa mga newspaper natin. Na 'di ba sa mga lead natin, dapat nandun lahat ng information sa pinakataas. So the same with broadcast reports po. Doon pa lang sa pinakaunang sentence mo, nabanggit mo na yung balita, nabanggit mo na yung pinaka-story, yung pinaka-point ng story. Just like the lead, 'di ba, in a print story. Ang lead ang tawag natin sa mga news stories sa newspapers. Example, taxpayers in Florida will be paying an average of $15 more income taxes next year. That's it. Okay? Yun lang yung pinakabalita mo. Kailangan doon pa lang sa pinakaumpisa, andun yung climax mo na ibalita mo lahat ng what, where, when, why, how. Okay, well, yung why and how, conditional yon. Yeah, with broadcast report, conditional iyon. Okay, mamaya madidiscuss natin iyon. So, ayun. So, dapat yung climax, sa umpisa yan, nandyan lahat ng information na ibalita mo yung pinaka-point mo doon sa story. So, the cause naman, portion tells why it happened. Example, the state senate passed the governor's controversial revenue-raising bill by a 15 to 14 vote. Okay, doon naman sa next part, after mo mabalita yung climax or ma-mention yung climax, doon naman tayo sa why ng story. Okay, yung cause niya, kung bakit nangyari yon. The state senate passed the governor's controversial revenue Okay, raising bill by 15 to 14 vote. Okay, kasi nagkaroon ng votation, nagkaroon ng election. Okay, kaya siya naipasa. Alright? So, yun yung why, yun yung cause portion ng ating news broadcast. And lastly, the effect portion po. Of course, the effect, ano yung magiging dulot nito? Gives the listener some insight into what the story means. Napakahalaga po nito. It compels your readers, your listeners to think. Ano yung magiging implication ng balitang iyon? Mapapareact sila, hala, paano na ang mangyayari? Something like that. Yung ganong factor, yung ganong element. So example, the measure will raise about $40 million in new revenue for the state next year. Much of it will be used for the governor's education program. Ayun naman pala. Kaya naman pala tinaas yung tax. Kasi magkakaroon din ng effect ito in the long run. Magkakaroon ng fund, no, ng budget for educational programs ng governor. Okay, so yun ang mahalaga sa ating mga listeners kasi. Bakit nangyari yun? Bakit pinatupad yun? Bakit tinaas yung tax? No, hindi dapat naniniwan yung mga listeners natin na na hanging sa mga balita. Kailangan kompleto, siksik talaga yung 40 seconds na ikaw ay nagbalita. No, yung 10 seconds na ikaw ay nagbalita, kailangan nandun lahat ng information. Alright, so yun po yung ating structure ng mga news stories. So i-take note natin yan. Okay, i-review nyo kung gusto nyo pang matutunan ito. Nandito naman sa module iyan. Water lang. Okay. Next tayo. Broadcast reporters, sabi dito, usually gather far more information than they can use. So, funny to think it is, no? How funny to think it is na kahit na sobrang liit lang ng time allotted for each news report, etong mga broadcast reporters natin, napakadami pa rin nilang hinahanap or napakadami pa rin na ginagather na information sa kanilang balita. This requires some painful decisions, lalong-lalo na sa broadcast, on what to leave out. No, mamaya magugulat kayo, ang mga news reports tumatakbo lang ng ng 10 seconds. No? Maximum of 40 words, 35 to 40 words. Kailangan doon na ibalita mo na lahat. Parang isang lead lang siya. No? At kung napakadami mo na-gather na information bilang isang broadcast journalist, napakahirap po. I-pinpoint, alin lang yung ibabalita mo. Okay? Tapos kapag mahalaga lahat, no, kailangan mo siyang ma-compress sa isang sentence, no, sa dalawa, sa tatlo. Okay? So sometimes po, the name and addresses that are essential to a plain story, ito naman yung difference niya, must be deleted from a broadcast story because they bog down the report. Usually, tinatanggalan natin yung mga pangalan, complete name, no? Pati yung mga address. Okay? So, yun. At the same time, broadcast story po often repeats certain words and terms in order to give the listener a second chance to get something in the story. Okay, in that story, such as the name of a location of the story or a key person. Alright, so napakahalaga din ito. Isa to sa mga technique para mag-retain, no, yung information sa isipan ng mga listeners natin. Magre-repeat tayo. Okay, mamaya pag-uusapan natin iyan. Merong ganung technique yung repetition of key points, of phrases or words para mag-retain siya, no, para mag-echo siya sa ating mga listeners at matandaan nila. Kasi nga hindi nila pwedeng balikan yan So kailangan dun pala sa mismong report na natatandaan na nila. Okay, so we have here writing tips, no, for broadcast, for radio broadcast. Number 1, write in the active voice. So it's very important. The question is, what is this? So police want a tall, thin man who robbed a Castleberry bank yesterday. That is a passive voice. Pero ang gusto natin, alright, so yun pala yung active voice. Okay, police want a tall, thin. Police, no? Ito yung pinaka-subject natin. Okay, tapos yung predicate natin or yung verb natin comes after the subject, no? Police want a tall. Usually, ganun yung pattern nun. Yung subject, then yung verb, then yung object. Okay? Police is the subject, want is the verb, a tall thin man who robbed a Castleberry bank yesterday is the object. Ganun po ang active voice. Instead of passive voice, which is like this. A man who robbed a Castleberry bank yesterday is wanted by police. That is a passive voice, no? Nauna yung object bago yung subject. Okay? So, mas maganda po na talagang yung action talaga nandun, no? Nakita yung action Police want a tall, thin man who robbed a Castleberry bank yesterday. Dito kasi sa passive voice, walang action na nangyayari dito. Okay, kasi nga passive voice siya. So that's number 1. Number 2, avoid starting sentences there is statement. No? Avoid natin yon. Number 3, avoid long introductory clauses like, although he is still homeless, a Winter Park man has a cardboard box in which to sleep. No, avoid na natin yung mga ganung mga clause, mga introductory statements, direct to the point ang hinahanap natin dito. Okay, pwede mong gawin niya kapag print. Pero kapag broadcast po, direct to the point na tayo, ano yung balita. Okay, kailangan mo talagang ma-filter Kailangan mong ma-filter ano lang dapat yung pinaka-juice ng balita, yun yung ibabalita mo. Yun yung ibibigay mo sa iyong broadcast. Number 4, put a human face to the story whenever possible. So people are usually more important in a story than facts. Okay, also, and this is the different than print story, make use of the word you whenever possible. Okay, so ayun, napakahalaga po dito na kaya usually yun dito sa example natin, police want a tall, thin man who robbed a Castleberry bank yesterday. So dito kailangan ma-visualize ng tao nung listeners mo yung tao. No, mas mahalaga po ang mga people na involved doon sa issues. Okay, pagdating sa radio broadcast, kailangan makilala yan ng tao. Okay? Tapos yun nga, mas ginagamit natin ang word na you whenever possible. Nakalimutan ko yung example ko dito. Okay, so mamaya siguro pag natandaan ko, no, i-explain natin ito. Make use of the word you whenever possible. Ito ay papasok sa mga spells kasi ng mga anchors natin, no? Since ito ay talagang ang anchor natin ay kailangan niyang maging just like with TV broadcast, no? Kailangan niya maging engaging, kailangan niya kausapin yung listeners niya na nakikinig sa kanya. Okay, so maganda na ayun, kailangan na i-engage mo sila by talking to them, no? Make use of the word you whenever possible. Ayan, so ginagamit natin yan. Meron ako naisip na example no? Pero yun, kasi sa mga print news stories natin, hindi natin ginagamit ang you. Okay, so number 5 natin. So with number 4, no, kailangan medyo personal din yung atake dito sa ating mga listeners. Number 5, put attribution first, which is opposite to print. So tell who said it first before you tell what he or she said. Or what he or she said. Okay, sabihin mo muna sino yung nagsabi. So, Police Superintendent Fercie says that there is an increase in drug use in General Trias, Cavite, something like that. Instead of, there is an increase in drug use in General Trias, Cavite, said by Police Superintendent Fercie. Hindi ganon. Okay, so, kailangan nauuna muna sino yung nagsabi, tapos ano yung sinabi. So, number 6, avoid first quotes in the copy. So, if absolutely essential, proceed with the word quote. Okay? Do not conclude with unquote or use the lead-in. And these are her words. Okay? So, sa mga news stories po natin, ina-avoid natin. Kasi usually sa mga print, pwede tayong mag-start sa lead natin ng quotation. But with broadcast reports po, ina-avoid po natin na magsimula tayo ng mga quotation. Okay? Yung mga sinabi agad na Police Superintendent Fercie says that ganyan. So, or kaya yung quote mismo na there is an increase drug use in General Trias City, no? Ina-avoid natin iyon. Pero kung talagang sobrang halaga talaga ng quotation niya, sinabi niya, halimbawa si President Duterte, yung statement talaga niya yung pinakabalita kasi napakadami niya mga controversial na statements, mga remarks po, no? Gagawin natin, start natin with the word quote. So, quote, tapos yung sinabi ni Duterte, tapos hindi mo sasabihin na unquote sa dulo. Okay, sasabihin mo, and these are his words. Alright? So, number 7 natin. So, ganun yung number 6 avoid first quotes in the copy. Pero kung hindi maiwasan, meron tayong rule dyan. Okay? Number 7, avoid contractions. Whenever possible. Okay, ang contractions natin dito, example, yung can't, okay, or don't, diba? Won't. Okay, ano pa? Yung wanna, gonna, diba? Those are contractions. So, can't might be mumbled to sound like can. Okay, kapag ang isang radio broadcaster no hindi niya malinaw na nasabi na can't or can. Actually, nalilito din ako dito sa mga broadcast kapag can't or can. Okay? So, ina-avoid na lang natin yun as much as possible. Instead of can't, cannot na lang. Okay? Which can change the meaning of the sentence entirely kasi. Kapag naging can yung sound niya instead of can't. Okay, so say cannot, will not, no? And the like. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8, omit needless words. Example, that, which, who are not always needed, no? Coordinating junctions like and, or, nor, but, for, and yet can be eliminated as well by writing short sentences instead of compounding sentences. Okay? So, yun. Pwede mo nang alisin yung mga yung mga conjunctions natin, yung and, but, for, yet. Tuldukan mo na. Tuldukan mo na agad, tapos proceed ka na sa bagong sentence. No? Yung, instead ay connect mo yung dalawang clause or dalawang points doon sa isang sentence, tuldukan mo na lang yung isang clause, tapos proceed ka sa panibagong clause, panibagong sentence. Number 8, limit the use of numbers in your broadcast stories. So, spell numbers 1 through 11 and use Arabic for other numbers. 1 to 11 po, spell out mo yan. No? Pero kapag 12 and more na, Arabic na tayo. No? Large numbers require a mix of Arabic and spelling. Okay? So, the so-called rule of 3 is a good one to follow, which states that a typical listener cannot keep straight more than 3 numbers in a row. Okay, 18, 19, 20, okay, sapat na yon. Hindi ka na pwedeng magdagdag ng susunod na set of numbers pa. Kasi hanggang doon na lang yung retention ng memory ng ating mga listeners. Okay, so yun ang rule of 3. Okay, kapag tayo ay nagko-construct sa script natin ng mga numbers, okay, spell out mo yung 1 to 11. Okay, tapos kapag 12 and more na, Arabic numbers na tayo. Alright, so number 9 natin, write in all caps. Okay, write in all caps. Ganito tayo magsusulat ng script natin. Okay, all caps tayo. This will, if for no other reason, remind you that you are not writing a print media story. Okay, so isa to sa mga reminder na, okay, broadcast story pa lang sinusulat ko. Kasi ang mga broadcast story po, all caps lagi yan. Alright, so that's number 9. And also, para madali siyang mabasa, no, hindi ka malito sa mga letters. Mas maganda kung all caps tayo. Alright, so hindi ka malito sa letter A at letter D, letter A at letter O, no? So letter Q at letter P, ganyan letter G at letter Q. I-all caps mo na lang. No, i-all caps mo na lang para madaling mabasa. And number 10, focus on the important ones. Where, when, and who. Ito na yung sinasabi natin kanina. Okay, in broadcast reports po, no, ang mga pinaka-importante nating information dito is yung sasagot sa tanong na where, when, and who. No? The reason is that it requires more than one, the reason, yung why natin, no? It requires more than one sentence to explain, no? And it's more complex, no? The why and the how question. Okay po? So, mas maganda na yung where, when, and who yung i-prioritize natin sa ating mga balita. Pwede na lang natin i-support yung how and why kapag meron pa tayong remaining na time doon sa ating broadcast, sa ating airtime. No? So, ayun. Well, hindi ko naman sinasabi na hindi importante yung how and why. Depende ito sa reporter doon sa news presenter, doon sa gumawa ng balita. Ano yung pinaka-importante doon sa balita? Pero with radio broadcast reports po, usually, for the most part, ang pinaka-importante doon is yung where, when, and who. Lalo na yung who. Okay po? So, that's number 10. Number 11, avoid using AM and PM. Instead, use this morning or this evening. No? Place time elements after the verb in the sentence. So sabi dito, 5 students were arrested today. Okay? Hindi sinabing 5 students were arrested 5 a.m. Okay? Hindi ganon. With broadcast reports po, 5 students were arrested today or 5 students were arrested this morning. Okay po? So hindi tayo gagamit ng AM and PM unlike sa print media natin or print news natin. Number 12, place the title before the name of the person in broadcast story. Place the title, no? IS faculty member Fercie ganyan. Reported about the different elements of radio broadcasting, no, among grade 9 LPU students, something like that. Alright, so ang gagawin, yung title ng isang tao, yan man ay police, director, secretary, no, professor, engineer, principal, or dean. Yung title niya ay nasa before ng inyo, nung pangalan niya. Okay, sa mga broadcast reports. Sa ano kasi, sa mga print reports natin, okay, may mga madalas ang pagkakataon na yung title ay after. Okay, halimbawa, yung statement, di ba, quote, di ba? Halimbawa, quote, malinis na ang Ilog Pasig, yan yung quote. Tapos, Gina Lopez, DNR Secretary, stated, parang ganyan. So, after pa nung name, okay, yung title, parang with broadcast story, before the name, yung title natin. Okay, so, DNR Secretary, Gina Lopez, states that, ganyan. So, yun. Well, rest in peace po kay Miss Gina Lopez. Number 13, avoid unfamiliar names in the lead. Yun, kung hindi naman sila famous, hindi makaka-relate yung tao, avoid natin iyon, no? Even though mahalaga po ang who ng mga broadcast story, make sure pa din na yung mga ilalagay mo dun sa who mo, kilala ng tao. So, i-avoid natin kapag unfamiliar yung mga names nila. Halimbawa, si Vice Ganda ay kilala bilang Vice Ganda at hindi visceral. Okay? Avoid natin yung visceral. Vice Ganda ang ilalagay natin. Okay? May mga ganun, yung mga sikat na personalities natin, mga celebrities, meron yung mga screen name. Diba? Pero meron yung mga real name. Okay, bilang broadcast reporter, hindi mo gagamitin yung real name nila kasi unfamiliar dun yung mga listeners mo. Ang gagamitin mo yung kung saan sila sikat, yung screen name nila. Alright, so those are the tips. 13 tips in writing for broadcast. Okay, script writing. So, we have your important guidelines. Nako, medyo mahaba tayo, no? Important guidelines in writing news for broadcast. So, siguro para hindi kayo mapagod, pikit kayo, no? Makinig na lang kayo. Imagine na ako yung nagpo-broadcast din, no? Radio broadcast. So, important guidelines po tayo. The body broadcast stories are short. Pag-usapan na natin kanina, yung conciseness, yung third C natin. Once you have written a compelling lead, you will write the rest of the story. So, focus on no more than 3 or 4 main points that relate directly to the focus point of your story. At very short lang ito ha. Hindi itong 3 to 4 na to. Very short lang din ito. Rank them in order of importance as well. Limit transitions. However, meanwhile, limit mo yan. No? An effective tool is to echo a word. Ayun, ito na nga yun. Echo a word or phrase from one sentence by repeating it in the following sentence. And this is called keyword technique. No, iuulit mo sa bawat sentences mo yung point noong pinaka-story mo. Kaya siya magre-retain sa memory ng iyong audiences. Another technique po is for the body of your story. Okay, another technique for the body of your story po is the problem solution. 'Di ba? Yun na yung ano natin, yung kanina, yung dramatic unity. Na meron tayong climax, tapos yung problem solution, yung cause, pati yung effect. Diba? So, yun. Pwede rin dito yung problem solution na problema, tapos solution ng government. Okay, so magandang pattern iyon. Magandang guide iyon sa body. We're talking about the body of your news story. You state the problem, including the supporting sound bites and facts, no? Then consider possible solution. Now, of course, based on facts, no? Nanggaling sa iyong sources. Okay, so, for script writing, no? Dito tayo mag-e-end. Take note, radio obviously does not have pictures. No, wala tayo dito, unlike television and print, wala ditong pictures. Wala ditong visual reference sa mga audiences mo. This means you must create word pictures for your listeners. And radio newscasts tend to be shorter than TV newscasts. Okay, doon tayo sa una. Diba napaka-important yung color dito? So yun, lalo na wala tayong screen to flash, no, before our audiences para makita nila yung binabalita natin. No, we are challenged to be creative, no, to put color doon sa ating mga binabalita. And radio newscasts tend to be shorter than TV newscasts. No? Gaano kabilis? Okay? Each story will be from 13 to 20 seconds per story or less than 40 words. Ganun lang po. No? Binigyan na tayo ng exact number dito. Exact duration. No more than 2 or 4 sentences. 2 to 4 sentences. Hindi ka dapat lalagpas dyan. Okay? So, you must tell your stories focusing on simplicity and humanity. Write conversationally. Use the basic language, the casual language of conversation. No? Use a clear focus sentence. Write as though you were having a conversation with a listener. In other words, do not write in a style that people do not use. Use the active word, no, active voice in writing your sentences. Okay? Tell the story. Avoid complex words and sentences. No, conversational. Avoid jargons. Avoid technical terms. Use a combo of Arabic and spelling for large numbers. Example, 13,250,000 Okay, so ito, applicable din ito, no? Itong ganitong pattern. Kapag merong incorporated na yun nga, yung $1,000, million, ang gagawin na lang natin, instead of yung 13 million okay, so yung 13 million, gagawin mo siyang Arabic, tapos yung million, i-spell out mo siya. So, yun kasi yung pattern doon, para madali siyang basahin. Instead of 30M, 13M, nako, malilito yung magbabasa niyan. Pero kapag 1 to 12 po, no, ito ay i-word natin, i-spell out natin ito. 1 million, O-N-E, ganyan, spell out yan. Pero kapag 13 na pataas, Arabic numbers na tayo. Okay? So, spell fractions po, spell mo yan. Okay? 1/12, ganyan. Tapos, use point when referring to decimals. Yung word na point sa iyong script. Okay? So, that ends our discussion po about script writing. No, pagpatuloy natin ito with our, broadcast report. I am Sir Fercie. I'll be seeing you in our next video. Goodbye and God bless.